How's it going, guys? Welcome to my channel again, and today I have an awesome solution here for those of you who own a GVM P80S. As you know, when you buy this light, you're only limited to plug this light on the outlet, so you can't really take this light in the field. And today I have an awesome solution for you. It's not the cheapest solution, but this is the GVM P80 box, which is a dual V-mount battery system. V-mount batteries can be very pricey, but if you want the solution to take these lights on the field, and you probably also have other lights that already require V-mount batteries, and some of you guys already own V-mount batteries. So in my case, no big deal because I have probably 25 of those things here. But again, this thing can be pretty costly, and if you can't afford V-mount batteries, you don't need to be sad because I also have a cheaper solution that you can still use this box here. So don't go nowhere, check this out. And just a quick disclaimer here, GVM sent this to me to try it out, and I'm not paid to say anything. This video is not sponsored by GVM. All I have to do is to upload the video on the internet. They don't get to see any preview of what's going on here. Just like the same time you guys are seeing this video, so all I do is upload the video on the internet, on YouTube, and that's pretty much it. Alright, so this box here solved all my problems because I want a light to take on the field that's small, portable. This is actually smaller than the SL60W and 20 watts more powerful than the SL60W, and the SL60W also the same problem. You can only power this thing on the outlet. So when you get this item here, it comes included also with the cable, so you don't need to buy any extra accessories. All you have to do is to plug this thing here and plug the other end to the back of the light here, install the two V-mount batteries, and you're good to go. This cable here is not that long, but it's not too short. It is about 6 feet long, and most people that I've seen, they usually put their ballast or any sort of power supply near the stand on the floor or lower here. So my idea was, as a matter of fact, I actually modified this P80S ratchet system here because the original is that plastic thing that doesn't turn. This gives me the ability to actually pull and orient this thing in anywhere that I want. I'm gonna leave the link on the description of everything that I'm showing you guys here. So this thing here, also V-mount batteries, and the link to the actual P80 box. Everything that I'm gonna be mentioning here, I'm gonna leave it in the description. So this particular ratchet knob here, I can actually have the luxury of orienting this thing in any position that I want, which I want it to be facing up. So this box here comes with this little Velcro thing here that you can actually set the size that you want. It's got a small or a larger circle or smaller. So you just hang the thing in here. And then if you want to raise this stand here, you can go as high as you want, either on the bottom here. So this thing will be actually going with the light, because if you place this thing anywhere else, when you raise this stand, again, this is only a 6 foot long cable, right? So you can actually keep a very nice, clean and compact and precise little rig here. All I have to do is to plug this thing in here, and it also comes with the thing similar to when you have those lavalier microphones, right? So it doesn't actually come out. And then you plug the other end in the back of the light here. And instead of having this whole wire mess here, you can actually Velcro everything here to have a very nice and neat setup here, and leave it here somewhere. There you go. So when you raise the stand again, everything goes with the light and everything is nice and neat here. Now if you attempt to use only one V-mount battery, that's not going to work because the circuitry inside here is going to be actually designed to be powering two V-mount batteries. And even if you try to open the unit and hack the unit, it's not going to work because one single V-mount battery, as far as amperage goes, I'm actually floored that an 80 watt light is not enough to be powered by a single V-mount battery. That's crazy, but that's the way it is here. So you actually want to hook up the two V-mount batteries. And there you go. And then you power it on, power is on here, and your light is on. It's that simple. And of course, you can use all the way to 100%. This is not going to be limited to 60% or 80% like most LED lights do. So it's the same exact thing if you were powering this thing directly to the outlet. So you can actually have from 0% all the way to 100%. Perfect. So here's the actual setup here. You can hang this anywhere you like. I particularly prefer to hang right on my ratchet here. Again, because if I want to raise the light, everything goes with the light. So if you put it somewhere else or attach to another stand, you're going to be limited to 6 feet. So if you have a stand that's like 15 feet high, this thing is going to go as high as the stand goes. So as you can see, the area that attaches the V-mount batteries usually is made of plastic because of the terminals, right? But the actual body is made of aluminum. And I actually added a couple, one of those furniture little feet here that you can actually secure this even further. So you can actually wrap Velcro around here so this thing is not gonna go anywhere. It will dangle a little bit if you try to tilt the stand, so try not to do that, but you know, it's just a way to secure this even better besides the actual Velcro itself here. And on the side here, as you can see, features also D-tap if you want to power any other accessories that requires D-tap. So you're not only limited to the actual V-mount slot here. Now next, I know exactly what you guys want to know, because if I don't do this here, you guys are going to be asking me in the comment section, that's for sure. So how long can you actually run this light here with the V-mount battery? That also depends, because this particular battery here is 200 watt-hour battery. Since this requires two V-mount batteries, you're talking about a 400 watt-hour powerhouse to run a 80 watt light. So doing a simple math here, 400 watts divided by the 80 watts here at 100%, don't forget, at 100% this draws about 80 watts. So this thing cranked up to 100% with the way it is here, my setup here. I can actually run this light for 5 hours at 100%. If you run this thing at 50%, you're talking about 10-hour run with this battery. So these batteries here, they're pretty expensive because they are very high power V-mount batteries, but there are cheaper ones like, you know, half of the wattage here. So in this particular setup here, I was actually running this light cranked up at 100% for 2.5 hours, and I only lost one single bar on this V-mount battery here. Both of them, they show the same thing. So you can actually run this light here with this battery for a ridiculous amount of time, and that's 100%. Again, if you run this thing at 25% or 50%, most interviews you're gonna be probably using only 35% of the light, especially that most people, they're gonna shoot in f1.2 or f1.8 or something like that. So you can actually go to the bare minimum of this light, and you probably could run this thing for probably, I don't know, 10-15 hours. But at 100%, this particular setup here is going to let you run for about 5 hours. As you know, lighting, depending on what light it is, it can actually draw a lot of power here. So if the V-mount battery that you have, such as the one that you power your rig, which is usually 98 watt-hour, right? In which you can actually run this light cranked up to 100% for at least 2 hours and 25 minutes. So either way or another, you still can run this light for a long time. And again, if you actually don't need the 100%, you can actually run for 5 hours with your smaller V-mount batteries. And again, V-mount batteries, they are pretty expensive. So if you want to take my tips here, because I have a profound knowledge with batteries, especially lithium polymer and lithium ion batteries, whatever battery that is, your camcorder battery, your Sony Npf batteries. So you want to keep this at a 50% rate if you are actually storing these batteries, and the room temperature, the ideal temperature, believe it or not, is about 50 degrees. Okay, and the humidity got to be low. If you want to go all crazy, you can actually buy one of those refrigerator looking things that B&H sells to actually keep your lenses stored. You can do the same exact thing with the V-mount batteries here. So what you don't want to do is to actually kill the battery to the point that the light shuts off. It's never good for any battery because it kind of hurts the cells. So when you see like 1 bar, if you can, let's say they're doing an interview, there's a little break there, they're switching actors or whatever, just replace the battery. It doesn't matter if it is a V-mount battery or a little Sony Npf battery, so the same thing applies to everything, including nickel metal hydride battery as well. As soon as you draw this thing here pretty rough, you're actually hurting the battery. Also, don't keep your batteries fully charged, stored on the shelf at 100%, because these batteries, they don't like it. Did you ever notice that any battery that you receive, most likely it's going to be coming pre-charged from the manufacturer, but at a rate of 50%. It's not at 100, it's not at 0. If I buy a battery that's actually having 0 charge, I'm actually going to return this battery immediately, because I don't know how long the battery has been on the shelf at 0%. And to spend like, you know, $200 or $250 on some batteries, right? So ideally is to come pre-charged at 50% and to store this battery as 50% as well. Now, if you can't afford a V-mount battery or you don't want V-mount batteries, and just keep in mind that once you remove this thing out of the outlet there, to power this thing on the field, any light can actually still cost you a pretty decent money. Not as expensive as V-mount batteries, but I have a solution for you here. Check this out. I have a ways to actually plug a bunch of Sony NP970 batteries here to become V-mount batteries, as you can see here. So usually a Sony Npf 970 battery is about almost 48 to 50 watt-hour batteries. So if you actually put 4 batteries here, you're talking about 200 watts which is the same exact thing as the V-mount batteries there. But the quality of the cells on the V-mount batteries is different, but I can assure you, it can actually run this light very long time and running with this light here. So unfortunately, because this thing requires two whatever batteries that you are hooking it up here, so to complete the circuit, because if you want to use just one side here, even if it is a huge battery like this size here, like a 1000-watt battery, it's not going to turn on the light because it's not going to complete the circuit inside. So here's the two adapters. This one accepts two Sony Npf 970 batteries or any other Npf. The 970 is larger, so I recommend that size. And this one here takes an absurd 4 batteries. I love this thing here because usually each Sony Npf 970, you're talking about 48 watt-hour batteries. So you're actually talking about a 200-watt load on this particular thing here. So what I want to do is to install this one here and then the other one here. Right? And also check out the organizer that I have here. I can't put this thing on the description because it's been discontinued. I can't find this thing anymore, but look how I keep my Sony Npf batteries. This thing here is perfect in size and keeps the battery safe, nothing short circuiting anything. So here's 1, 2, 3, and 4. Power is on. Check it out. 100% full blast with the Sony NP970 solution here. So this is actually your poor man's V-mount setup right here. Everybody has a ton of this Sony batteries laying around, so problem solved. So all you gotta do is buy this box here if you don't want a V-mount battery and use your own Sony batteries here. There you go. As you know, this light doesn't come with a case. Look what I found on Amazon. I'm gonna also leave the link to the description there. This is the perfect case. I'm talking about how perfect. This is the actual packing material that comes with the original box of this product here. So this is where you put your reflector, your light and everything. This particular foam here is not part of the packaging. I just happen to have extra foam from something else here, which I can actually insert the V-mount box right here. So as you can see, this thing is absolutely perfect. So, and it's cheap too. So that's the end of my review, and I'm sure I made you guys happy, at least the ones that own a GVM P80S. If you don't have this light, you know what you do, just get the light plus this thing here, which is only like, $69 or something like that. Most products that I get here is lighting equipment, and if you like what you saw, you know what you do, smash that subscribe button with the notification, and also if you can give me a thumbs up, that tells me that I'm doing a good job here. So thank you very much again for visiting my channel, and I see you next time.